Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dawn.
And I'm John, and together with the two running brooms. So welcome back to a very wet British summer. The weather's been awful through July and August, but nevertheless we are today going to take you through a long run workout.
Can I point out it's just the 2nd of August, so it's been awful through July and the first 2 days of August.
Right, today we're going to take you through our preparations for, execution of and recovery from this long run workout. This session is?
It is a 4-mile warm-up, and then we're going to do 3 times 3 miles at marathon effort with a 3-minute jog in between, followed by a nice cool down.
That's right, we'll come to a village called Spetsbury, I think it's called, written Spettisbury, and we've got a new bit of disused railway line to use, and we understand, nice compact surface, it runs all the way to Blandford Forum, so we should have a nice bit of trail to use for this session. So just running out now, and this trail definitely has a slight climb on the way out. We're used to that because our own Transpennine Trail near where we live has a similar elevation. So why we're doing a long run workout at marathon effort during a 5k training block?
1, it's good to run at all different paces, and 2, we're musing whether to do a marathon in the autumn.
So far it's turning out to be a good choice of route. It's reasonably firm underfoot, obviously there's puddles and a few slippy sections, and on a day that forecast 40-mile-an-hour gusts of winds, it seems relatively sheltered in this railway cutting. So how have we prepared for this run? Well, it's now Wednesday, and our last hard run was the Exmouth Park run last Saturday. So in theory, our legs are relatively fresh. So what about our preparations this morning, Dawn?
So my breakfast this morning has been black coffee, half a pint of cranberry juice, 2 slices of wholemeal toast with full fat butter and jam, and what else did I have? Oh, I had a banana as well.
Mine has been 2 mango flavour pancakes from Tesco. Lovely, check them out if you haven't been already. We're not sponsored by Tesco, by the way, not yet.
Just syrup on that.
On that I have syrup and the banana. Also black coffee, 1 pint of electrolyte tablet mix, and a pint of blackcurrant squash. So choice of shoes, I have gone for the Adios Adizero Pro 3s. Loved them when I first got them. Did a 15-mile race in them. Thought, don't like the uppers, but since then the upper seems to have softened, and now they're my go-to shoe for long runs and long run workouts. Yourself?
I've gone for the Adidas Pro 2s, and this will be my 2nd time of wearing them on a long run workout.
We're running on the North Dorset Trailway, a route of some 13 miles which runs all the way from Spetsbury up to Sturminster Newton. We chose to stick to a 2-mile section between Spetsbury and towards the town of Blandford.
The railway closed in 1966, and here you can see one of the many remains along the trailway.
Here you can see some of the old platforms of the Charlton Marshall station.
So fueling strategy for this run, I think we're planning to take a gel at the beginning of each rep. It's probably more gels than we take on during a marathon every 3 miles, but it gets our stomachs used to processing them.
Yes, I use SIS gels on all my marathons, and I used them for my PB marathon at London in 2006, so check out that video.
So interestingly enough, that was 2 miles out, 1.93 back, or about 1.89 for Dawn, starting and finishing exactly the same place. We mentioned this issue with Garmin's and measuring sessions on one of our recent videos on threshold running, so we'll have to bear that in mind today and not let the Garmin throw us,
That's
will
right,
we?
yeah.
So warm up done. Now these 3 times 3 mile sessions, or 3 times 5k I used to do, were an interesting method that a coach I worked under had worked out. What his principle was, we started doing these sessions at below marathon effort. So for me, I'd maybe start them at 6:50 pace when targeting like a 6:10 marathon. I do a block of those at a certain heart rate, and then at the same heart rate I suddenly be running them at 6:35 pace 6 weeks later. And then I went up to the next heart rate zone and on and on. It was called squeezing the toothpaste. So you run at a set heart rate for 3 times 3 miles, get faster at that heart rate, and then move up the heart rate. So it did bring me down to 6:10 pace for the marathon in the end.
So today we're just going for what feels like straight marathon effort.
Yeah, so in terms of pace, what are we thinking of there?
Well, I've actually put a pace into my watch of 7:30 to 7:45, but that was before I saw the trail, so I won't be disappointed if it's 8-minute miling.
Yeah, and I'm thinking my current notional marathon pace will be around 7:20, but I'm thinking 10 seconds a mile for the rough surface to begin with, another few seconds for the slippery bits and puddles, another few seconds for the fact it's a climb out and back. So I'm not actually going to worry about pace, I'm just going to run at a strong effort. And as is customary when we do these workouts at our own paces, Dawn will be listening to the sounds of beautiful nature, I shall be listening to the sounds of Mr. Bob Dylan. So because I expect to be about a minute faster on each 3 mile rep, we're going to set Dawn off first, about 30-40 seconds, and I'll chase her down, hopefully catch her at the turnaround point.
Ready?
So a little bit of difference there. My miles were something like 7:33, 7:29 and 7:25.
Mine was 7:47, 7:51 and 7:40.
Yeah.
But it was...
You probably lost something on the turn.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the pain. I don't mind a driving rain. I know I will sustain. Not my words. Session nailed. I think I slowed on the last one. Well, the Garmin says I slowed on the last one,
yeah,
who knows?
I think coming back down, the Garmin was losing signal.
Well folks, don't be a slave to your Garmin like we said last time.
Yeah.
But a pleasing session. First one of those I've done in years. I felt on the third one I'd had enough by about the first mile going up.
Yeah.
But stuck at it. It'll be of use in the long run.
I found that we're having to make lots of little adjustments on your feet because of the trail. Again, probably be good in the long run. As you can see from John's legs, it was rather wet and muddy on the trail.
So that's the session prepped for, the session nailed, and now we begin the recovery. I had meant to bring some Rego that we've got with us at our lodgings, but I forgot that, school by error, so we are going old school, a pint of milk from the co-op. Full fat with the protein for me, and you've got?
I just went with a Yazoo milk because I prefer flavoured milk.
So only you for Yazoo. See what I did there? Now going to go into Blandford Forum to get something good to eat, get those carbs in, and then when we get back to where we're staying, we are going to get into our Recover Pro trousers and start the gentle healing on these battered old legs. And then once we've recovered fully, we'll go through all the numbers and see how that session went. So 2 days later, and what is this strange yellowy thing up in the sky behind me? Yeah. So 2 days on, I've had time to reflect on that session. So what do you make of it, Dawn, in terms of the pace you hit?
So I averaged 7:50, which was, I think, quite good on that terrain because it was a trail terrain. And you reckoned it was what, 15 to 20 seconds?
Probably worth 15 seconds a mile.
Yeah, so I actually did better than I thought. In terms of effort, my heart rate monitor was playing up at the beginning, so I didn't get an accurate heart rate. However, because I tend to run to field quite a lot, I would say it was in the right range.
For myself, I averaged 7:26 for the whole session, which was good because I thought around 7:35. In terms of my heart rate, it's very interesting stats for me. As you can see, the heart rate got up to 168 on the effort sections. Now, when I used to run marathons, my heart rate range for about 6 miles to 20 miles was 175 to 180, so considerably lower, but I am sort of 15 years older than when I used to race marathons. So I really don't know what my marathon heart rate is at the minute. We've got quite a bit of work to do on various threshold runs, half marathons, etc., to gauge what the heart rate should be for a marathon. So we hope you've enjoyed joining us for this marathon training session. If you have, please give this video a like. If you are new to this channel and would like to see our other training, racing, parkrun and other updates, please consider subscribing. If you've got any questions for us, please drop a comment below. We love answering any questions and comments that you make.
So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.